In a fake news world, how do we seek the truth? How do we know what to believe? Hi, I'm Jenny Mills, one of the research librarians here at Belmont. In this video, we'll explore some of the issues you'll face as a researcher in today's fake news world. We hope you'll keep some of these questions in mind as you start working on your research paper assignments. As librarians, our goal is to help you become information literate. We want you to use information in order to decide what you believe about certain topics, issues, and questions. And in today's post-truth fake news world, it's more important than ever to be critical of the information you encounter, to ask questions like, why do I trust this information? Who wrote it, and what authority, expertise, or experience do they have? Is the information biased, or is there an agenda? Is this the most substantial evidence to support my argument? With such a complicated information landscape, the answers to these questions can be tricky. In 2016, post-truth was named the word of the year by Oxford Dictionary. Oxford defines post-truth as relating to or denoting circumstances in which objective facts are less influential in shaping public opinion than appeals to emotion and personal belief. One striking post-truth example was the birther movement, the false claim that President Obama was born outside of the United States. Even after Obama published his birth certificate, many people still did not accept the evidence. What about climate change? The scientific evidence is overwhelming, yet many people still question it. Another example is with GMOs. Even though the consensus is that they are safe, many people still seek out GMO-free foods. So what's going on here? And is this a new phenomenon? Well, not so much. Way back in 2005, Stephen Colbert coined the term truthiness, which was defined as the belief or assertion that a particular statement is true based on the intuition or perceptions of some individual or individuals without regard to evidence, logic, intellectual examination, or facts. Sounds a lot like post-truth, eh? Basically, people seem to be relying on their emotions or aligning themselves with whatever social groups they identify with in order to shape their beliefs. This is a little different than fake news, and there is a lot of truly fake news out there, made-up stories meant to appeal to one group or another. The post-truth problem is even more complex because it's a people problem. Think about it this way. Your sense of identity, who you are as a person, is defined by the things you believe. Some of your beliefs are true and correspond to facts and evidence. Some of your beliefs may be false, and for some things you're just not sure yet. You haven't made up your mind. These are still questions. Think about your own beliefs. Are they based on evidence, logic, intellectual examination, and facts? Or are they based on truthiness? We all have our post-truth, truthiness moments. Nobody's perfect. But what if you think about your time in college as an opportunity to really examine your beliefs, to dive deep into the evidence, to examine all sides of an issue, and then decide for yourself what you believe? If this sounds appealing to you, and we hope that it does, one way that you will conduct this examination is by writing research papers, and probably lots of research papers. This causes many students a fair amount of stress and panic, and leaves many asking why? Why research papers? We think that in today's post-truth fake news world, the research paper is actually more relevant than ever. The purpose of research is to explore and learn about a topic that interests you, to read and learn what others have questioned about the topic and about their conclusions, to pose your own questions and to weigh the evidence you find to help you make your own conclusions. It's an opportunity to free your mind from any preconceived notions you may have about a topic, to learn something new, and to assert your own voice into the conversation. Remember back to the FYS anthology reading, Plato's Allegory of the Cave? Plato's descriptions sound a lot like the post-truth era. The allegory spotlights how we all work from pre-established assumptions of which we are unaware and which are likely false. The purpose of research papers, and of a liberal education for that matter, is to help you come out of the cave. Writing research papers is one way to build knowledge, to seek the truth. Plato defined knowledge as justified true belief. That is, you know some particular fact when you believe it is true, it is indeed true, you are justified in believing that it is true. True belief alone is not knowledge. You have to have rational and legitimate reasons for belief. You have to have evidence. Having solid evidence will be a crucial component to your argumentative paper. In an argument paper, the writer must make a claim, the thesis statement, on some contestable topic, one with no clear right or wrong answer. The claim or thesis is the writer's own belief about the topic or question, but not her mere opinion. She must justify the claim with evidence. Students often ask if they're supposed to give their opinion in an argument paper. The point is for you to learn about a topic, decide what you think based on what you've read, and take a position. An opinion is an unjustified belief. So think about how you will justify your position. Why should anyone trust what you have to say? How solid is your evidence? Today you have a whole world of evidence at your fingertips. The possibilities are really endless for you as a scholar. But in some ways this makes research more difficult than it used to be because there are so many options. It used to be that students would just go to the library, where many experts and authorities were curated into a nice but limited collection of books and journals. With the internet, we can discover even more expert work, although it's often behind a paywall. And perhaps the greatest gift of the internet is access to non-traditional authoritative voices. There is a whole new world of information out there. We are responsible for what we do with it. We hope this video has given you a big picture of some of the issues you'll face as a researcher in today's fake news world. In class, we'll work together using Google and the library's OneSearch to find and evaluate information. This practice will help prepare you for your own research when you're trying to decide what evidence is trustworthy and substantial. Back on the FYS guide, be sure to complete the OneSearch tutorial before class so you'll be ready to search. And finally, take the survey that follows this video. We want to know about your experience with research papers in libraries, any post-truth moments you've had, or about the baggage you might bring with you when seeking out new knowledge. Thanks for listening, and remember, the library is here to help, so if you have questions, just ask Lila.